everyone, today I'll be reviewing this new limited drama series dropped today on Netflix, and it is called Colin in Black and White, and the show is created by Eva Duvernay. So this is kind of a coming of age story about Colin Kaepernick. Like, you see him in his teenager years, like how he became this great NFL player today. So I don't actually know anything about sports or anything. How does it like you get in a big gig or anything? I'm just giving my opinion based on this show, and this show is created by Eva Duvernay. If you know her, you know how she is. So I actually haven't seen many of her works. I might have seen only like a couple of them, but I know as a person, whenever she's on screen, like at all the interview I have seen her, she's very like, she always talking about race-based stuff, something normal people, they don't actually care about. That's why I don't know how to say about this show. So I thought the first couple of episodes for this show is pretty rough. If someone who don't like many race-based stuff, they'll be like, whoa, what the heck am I watching, you know? Although this show tried to show you both sides of the drama, then again, when you watch it, you're like, whoa, who cares about this stuff? Then again, many times I did feel related all the things Colin was feeling in this show, because like as a person of color myself, as a Colin was also like, once he was going to all these places, you know how it is, you can relate to some of the stuff. The only biggest problem with this show is it like in the world we live in, is it like people only black and white? Where is all the other people in her world? Do they exist or not? That is my question to her. Although I get it, this show is trying to show you like Colin was raised by this white couple, and how it was so difficult for him to relate with the many stuff, and often his parents didn't understand him, which is understandable, I guess, from their point of view and his point of view. So as I was saying, first episode when I saw, I was like, what the heck? Like, he decided to get braid, and then he gets the braid. Then it's so painful. Like, he has this pain all over his head. So basically, this in the first episode, the way she directed, she telling us then that getting braid is a big part of being black, I guess. So then getting braid is so painful because he got the braid from wrong person, I guess. Then it also tried to show you here how that episode was done. End of that episode, even this character was like the Colin Kaepernick. He was telling us, who cares about like a what? I don't know how to talk about this show without being sound or anything, you know. So I apologize if I'm like defending you or offending you. I don't know what I'm saying. I just want to say this, the way this show was done, I found sometimes it's very silly and very preachy and very unrealistic sometimes. And Eva Duvernay, I don't know how she keep getting all this Greek on Netflix. Isn't it Netflix is running with our subscription fee and all? Like, from like my perspective, I feel like, why you are telling a story like this where only two colored people exist? Where is other colored people in your world? That is what I think. There is a big difference between her and Shonda Rhimes. Because in Shonda Rhimes' world, there is the other people actually exist. They show you actual world around you, because the actual world isn't about like black and white. There's many other color people exist in America. When you look at the population, you can see. So, you know, that's why I feel like when I was watching this show, really felt very unreal, the world she created here. Then again, I get it. This show was made like the perspective from Colin Kaepernick. And as I was saying, in the first episode, he talks about getting braid, and like he couldn't get it because his parents didn't let him, or the coach didn't want him. And then end of that episode, he was like about to getting braid. Like the lady came to him behind and was about to give him braid. In the next thing, he doesn't, and I'm like, whoa, what? How does that make sense in this show? That doesn't make any sense. Some of the scene like that here, like it will piss off many people when they will see it. Because end of the day, normal people, they don't really seek for any other people's opinion, honestly. That is how in real life is. Who cares what other people think about you? You think about yourself. Be confident, Don't care what other people said. That is what my thinking is, Like that is the way he doesn't get the bread. I was like, man, how is that? Even one scene, this show actually shows you how is Colin facing many racism in his life. Again, it's very relatable when you watch it, although she never talks about us in her world. But in that, although you do feel really sorry for Colin, because he was facing all this racism, but his mom doesn't see it, because she's like, so when he's like facing all this thing, and you can see him and you can feel for him, which is again very relatable and very good writing here. Then in next scene, Colin Kaepernick, he started narrating to us, and I'm like, we just saw these things. You don't have to show us or tell us. So many times in this show, all the narration by the Colin Kaepernick was really very ridiculous when I was watching it. Because you just showed me whole thing. You don't need to explain to me. You don't need to preach to me. You know what I mean? Like, that is what I thought when I was watching this show. Overall, still, I thought it was a good show. It was really good show. Some of the story we have seen, all the things Colin faced in his life was very interesting. I just wish she has done better job. Eva Duvernay, she kept getting all this gig on Netflix. She's not that good, honestly, although she thinks she is very good. She's not as good as Shonda Rhimes, I would say. That being said, I think still it was a good show, minus all the narration. I didn't like it at all. That being said, still good to watch. That was my thought on this show. Let me know in the comment what do you think about it, and if you enjoyed my review, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to leave your comment, and take care.